I am going to start my lecture. First of all, I want to share my screen. Wait for 5 minutes. We will start our lecture now. Okay, I welcome you all on the behalf of Bren Mumbai Municipal Corporation, Online Education English Medium. Myself, Jayashree Jaiswal from Chinchauli MPS, Malad. I am hereby to conduct my lecture for the class 9, subject Science 2, and from the Science 2, I am going to continue with my the chapter number 17, Introduction to Biotechnology. Yeah. So, first of all, we will take a quick recall of our previous part. Yes. So, my dear students, yesterday we have seen first that which is the smallest structural and the functional unit of the body of a living organism. So what was the answer of this question? That the smallest structural and the functional unit of the body of a living organism is a cell. Yes? And which component bring about the important processes in the living organism? So answer for this is that all the important processes in the living organisms are brought about by the cells and the tissues. Yes, yesterday we have seen there are different types of or different cellular organisms. Yes, there are two types of cellular organisms, that is unicellular and multicellular. What are the examples of the unicellular organism? That is amoeba, in which a single cell is performing all the functions, but it differs in multicellular organisms. In multicellular organisms, as there are many cells, so the functions are performed by the different cells. Yes, and a definite functions are performed. So there is a hierarchy of this. Yes. So what is the hierarchy of the human beings or the living organisms? It's first is cells, then the group of cells makes tissues. After that tissues, organelles are made. Then from this organelles, different organs are produced or made. And after organs, organ system is made. And then an organism is ready, that is an human being or a human or an animals. Yes. So a group of cells having the same origin, same structure and same function is called as tissue. Yes, as million of cells are present in the body of a multicellular organisms, these cells are divided into different groups and each group performs a definite functions. For that, for example, was contraction and relaxation of the muscles, and in case of plants, the conducting tissues which transports water and food to all its parts. On this basis, tissues are divided into two types, that is simple tissue and complex tissue. Simple tissues are made up of only one type of cell, and complex tissues are made up of more than one type of cells. What are the example of simple tissue? Epithelial tissue, which is found in animals, meristematic tissue, which is found in the plants. Yeah. And what are the examples of the complex tissue? Blood of animals, that is in case of animals, and xylem and phloem, which is present in the plants. This is all about the simple and the complex tissue. Then, are the structures and the functions of the body of plants and animals are the same? No. There is a great difference between plants and animals with respect to structure and functions. As in plants, plant tissues are for what? For supporting. So they are called as a supporting tissue. So the plant can remain steady and sedentary. But in case of animals, the tissues are they are not supporting tissues, are not required, as animals are moving from one place to another. Yes. So plant tissues, it consists of dead cells. But in animal tissues consisting only living cells, live cells. Yeah. And in plant tissues, dividing tissues located only at specific places in the body where the growth has to be taken. But in animal tissues, the entire body grows, and hence there is no distinction between dividing and non-dividing cells. So this means that plants and animals have different types of tissues to perform the necessary functions. Now moving forward to the topic, that is animal tissue. As the term indicates, tissues of the today we will going to study about the what? Tissues which are present in the animals. So the first question in our mind which arises is, now see this slide, see the picture. Here the picture is showing head, neck, hands, legs. Yes, these all are what? These all are external organs. These are all external organs. Yes, as they are seen by our eyes. But see the next picture. Here, heart, blood vessels, intestines, kidneys, different parts which are present in our body, they are called as the internal organs. They are called as the internal organs. In this, what is seen? See, in this, the parts which are seen here, head, hands, legs, neck. So these organs are called as an external organs. But this, heart, blood vessels, intestines, these are inside our body and they are not seen by our eyes. So they are called as an internal organs. Yes. So see this one also. See this. Respiratory tube, lungs, special muscles. All these are what? These are internal organs. So why cannot we not see our organs like the heart, blood vessels and intestines? This is the question. What? Why can we not see our organs like the heart, blood vessels and intestine? The organs like heart, blood vessels and intestines are internally located in the body. Internally located in the body and hence they cannot be seen. Hence they cannot be seen. Yes. So in the body of an animal, different organs come together to perform a specific functions. Yes or no? Not only in animal, in any living things. In the body of animal, different organs come together to perform a specific functions. Organ like lungs and all, lungs and trachea, with the help of contraction and relaxation of some muscles, bring about the respiration. Yes, brings about the what? It brings about the function of the respiration. See here, respiratory tube is there, lungs is there, special muscles are there. And due to this contraction and relaxation of these muscles, the function of respiration is done. So students, in the body of animals, different organs come together to perform a specific functions. Okay, up till here you understand? Yes. Now, do you know? It's a question. What do you know? Now, see the picture. It's what? It's a blood flowing inside our body. Yeah, it's a blood which is flowing inside our body. See the next picture. Here, it is a picture of an kidney. So in this picture, what is the function of this? It's a flow, or it passes the oxygen and nutrient to all our body. And here, what is the function of this kidney? It's what? It's bifurcates the waste from the what? From the blood or from the food materials. Understood? And all this process can we see with our eyes? No, it's all it's this living processes goes on in the body, internal parts of the body. Yes. So now different tissues perform different functions in the organ. As we have seen in this slide, yes, we have seen this blood vessels, here the oxygen and nutrients is passed. Here, this is the different organ, that is a kidney, where the digestion process is done and the waste material is kicked out. Yeah. So accordingly, due to this, all these functions, there are different types of animal tissues which helps in the living process. And the different types of animal tissues which are present in the body of the animal, they are epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue, and the nervous tissue. What are the four types of animal tissues? It's namely epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue, and the nervous tissue. Understand up till here? And these tissues form various organs of the body. These tissues form various organs of the body. And the functioning of each of these organs is as per the tissue that it is contains. Yes, the functioning of each of these organs is depends on what? It depends on the tissues which are present in that organ. So here the different types of tissues, that are epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue, and the nervous tissue. Yes. Now moving forward, up till here you understood what are the four different types of animal tissues. Repeat with it. Epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue, and the nervous tissue. Now, this epithelial tissue, these are what? These comes into simple tissue. In our previous lecture, we have seen the example in the simple tissue, the epithelial tissue present in the animals. Yes. So this epithelial tissue, these are simple tissue. Yes. And what are they? They are the protective coverings in the animal body, and so they are called as the epithelial tissues. So they are called as the epithelial tissues. Now, observe the skin of the back of your hand with the help of a magnifying lens. Okay, take one magnifying lens and observe your skin. Aware of the back of your hand with the help of magnifying lens. Do you see the closely attached squarish and pentagonal shapes? Yes, do you see? So what? Yes, the pentagonal outlines are faintly visible here. And what all this? These are epithelial tissue. So protective coverings in the animal body are called epithelial tissues. Yes, what? Protective coverings in the animal body are called epithelial tissues. Yeah, but in this case, one thing here, the connective tissues. Connective tissue, here the connective, what is the example of the connective tissue? It is a blood. Blood is also a type of connective tissue. It what? What is the function of it? It circulates in our body from one part to another and transport different materials. So what is the function of this blood? It circulates in our body from one part to another and transport different materials. For example, it transports oxygen and nutrients to all cells in the body. It transports what? Oxygen and nutrients to all cells in the body. Similarly, it transports what? Waste materials generated all over the body to the kidney for excretion. It also transports waste materials generated all over the body to the kidney for the excretion. Up till here you understand, it is the example of the connective tissue. Epithelial tissue, it is a example of simple tissue. And when you see the back of your hand with the help of magnifying lens, you observe the closely attached squarish and the pentagonal shape. That is a epithelial tissue. That is a epithelial tissue. Yes. Now, what is the epithelial tissue? It is a simple tissue. See, this is the structure of the epithelial tissue. It is a continuous sheet. It is a continuous sheet. In the base, it is a fibrous basement membrane. Epithelial tissue is made up of, it is a continuous sheet and having a fibrous basement membrane. Okay, it is having a fibrous basement membrane. Cells in this tissue are closely packed. Cells in these tissues are closely packed and form a continuous layer. And any material that enters the body first encounters epithelial tissue. Whenever any material it wants to enter the body, first it encounters with the epithelial tissue. Cells of the epithelial tissues are separated from the cells of other underlying tissues by a fibrous basement membrane. How it is? How it is separated? The cells of epithelial tissues are separated from the cells of the other underlying tissues by a fibrous basement membrane. Yes? So it is a what? It is a epithelial tissue. See here, see in this picture, when a microbe who want to cause disease in the body, whenever it comes in contact with the body, first of all, this epithelial tissue come in contact and it avoids the entry of the microbe. Understood? So, the epithelial tissue, it is a protective covering. It is a protective covering. So, what is a epithelial tissue? It is a protective covering. Yes. So, in this way, the microbes are what? Stopped for entering the body. Yes. Now where all these epithelial tissues are present? Epithelial tissue is present in the skin. It is present on the lining of the mouth. It is present in the lining of the blood vessels, and it is also present in the lung alveoli. Okay, so the skin, mucous layer of the mouth cavity, inner surface of the blood vessels, walls of the alveoli, etc. are made up of epithelial tissue. Yes, skin, mucous layer of or the lining of the mouth cavity, inner surface or the linings of the blood vessels, and the walls of the alveoli, that is lung alveoli, are made up of epithelial tissue. So what are the epithelial tissue? Epithelial tissues form the protective coverings in the animal bodies. Epithelial cells are closely packed and form what? Continuous layers, and the materials that enter inside the body has to what? Has to pass through the epithelial cells initially. Yes. So the cells of the epithelial tissue have underlying fibrous membrane. There is a fibrous membrane between what? Between the epithelial tissue and the underlying tissue. And where it present, the epithelial tissues form the skin, mucous layer of the mouth cavity, and inner surface of the blood vessels and the walls of the alveoli. Up till here you understood what are that. So what are the functions? The functions of all the body systems of our body are different. Hence, it is necessary that they remain separate from each other. If it will, all the tissues will mix with each other, what will happen? The functions will not be performed properly. So the functions, as the functions of all the body systems of our body are different, hence it is necessary that they remain separate from each other so that they can remain separate from each other. Yes. Now, what keeps the various organs and organ system separate from each other, and how? This question arises. What is the question? What keeps the various organs and organ system separate from each other, and how? So what is the answer of this question? That the epithelial tissues are in the form of a continuous layer. This continuous layer acts as a barrier to keep two organs separate from each other. Yes, the epithelial tissues are in the form of continuous layer, act as a barrier to keep two organs separate from each other, and thus different organs and organ systems remain separate from each other and can carry out their functions smoothly. Yes. So what happens, as these epithelial tissues are in the form of continuous layer, they act as a barrier. Yes, they act as a barrier to keep two organs separate from each other, and thus the different organs and the organ systems remain separate from each other and can carry out their functions smoothly. See, in this picture, these epithelial tissues are of the lungs and the epithelial tissues of the stomach. So in this between, there is what? There are epithelial tissues. Understand up till here? What is the function of this epithelial tissue? Yes. So all this is about the epithelial tissue. So today what we have seen? We have studied about the animal tissues. Now moving back to the slides, we will revise the part. What is our topic? Today's topic, that is animal tissue. Yes. So what was our starting? That why can we not see our organs like the heart, blood vessels and intestines? So the organs like heart, blood vessels, yeah, and intestines are internally located in the body and hence they cannot be seen. See here, head, neck, hand, legs, these are seen by our eyes, so they are the external organs. But the organs which are present or which are internally located in the body, which are inside our body, they are called as the internal organs. So the heart, blood vessels and intestines are, why they are not seen? So these organs are not seen by our eyes. Okay. But in the body of the animal, different organs come together. Yes, to perform a specific function. Okay. So organ like the lungs and the trachea, with the help of the contraction and the relaxation of the muscles, bring about the function of the respiration. Functions of the respiration. As we are knowing, in the animal body, there are some groups of organs and all this come together to perform what? A specific function. For example, if the organs like lungs and trachea, with the help of the contraction and the relaxation of the muscles, they bring about what? They bring about the function of the respiration, and different tissues perform different functions in the organ. Yes. See here, these are the different tissues, and here this, what is their function? It supplies oxygen and nutrients all over the body with the help of the blood. If we see this next picture here, in this blood vessels carries the food material to the, or the waste material, or the to the kidney for the process of the excretion, that is to remove the waste material. Yes. So there are four different types of animal tissues. The four different types of animal tissues are epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue, and the nervous tissue. Epithelial tissue, connective tissue, already this term indicates that it connects. Muscular tissue means it helps in muscular movement, and nervous tissue means it helps in the what? The tissues which may be present in the brain. Okay. So what are the four different types of animal tissues? Epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue, and the nervous tissue. So today we are going to study about the epithelial tissue. Now, in our previous lecture, we have seen that there are two different types of tissue, simple and complex. And in simple tissue, we have seen the example, that is which are epithelial tissues which are present in the animals. So epithelial tissue is an example of a simple tissue. Now, observe the skin of the back of your hand with the help of a magnifying lens. Do you see the closely attached squarish pentagonal shape? Yes, the pentagonal outlines are faintly visible, and these are the epithelial tissues which are present on our hand, which are present on our skin. Yes. So now, what is a epithelial tissue? It's a protective covering in the animal body, and they are called as the epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissue form the protective covering in the animal bodies. Yes, epithelial cells are closely packed and form continuous layers and continuous sheet. Yes, cells in these tissues are closely packed and form continuous layers. Yes, so any material that enters the body first encounters epithelial tissue. Yes, cells of the epithelial tissues are separated from the cells of the other underlying tissue by a fibrous basement membrane. Okay, the materials that enter inside the body has to pass through epithelial cells initially. And so, cells of epithelial tissue have underlying fibrous membrane. There is a fibrous membrane between what? The epithelial tissue and the underlying tissue. Yes. Now see in this example, when a disease causing microbe want to enter the body, so the first thing which come in contact with it, it is a epithelial tissue. So what it do? It will become an obstacle for a microbe to enter into the body. So these epithelial tissues are called as a protective covering in the animals. Now, where these epithelial tissues are present? These epithelial tissues are present in the skin, in the lining of the mouth, that is in the mucous layer of the mouth cavity, and in the lining of the blood vessels, means in the inner surface of the blood vessels, and it also present in what? In the walls of the alveoli, that is lung alveoli, and these are made up of what? Epithelial tissues. Now, what is the function? The functions of all the body systems of our body are different. Hence, it is necessary that they remain separate from each other. Yes or no? The functions of all the body systems of our body are different. So, hence, it is necessary that they remain separate from each other. So, what gives the various organs and organ systems separate from each other, and how? Now see, The epithelial tissue in the form of a continuous layer acts as a barrier to keep two organs separate from each other, and thus different organs and the organ system remain separate and form each other and carry out their functions smoothly. Yes, students. So now we will see one video. Here the audio will not come. You have to see the pictures. Okay. You have to read the statements. See different functions which are done by our body. And for all this, we need different tissues. Yeah. So what are the different types of animal tissues? Read the statement, students. Okay. What are the protection, connection, movement and locomotion, transmissions of signals, nervous? Yeah. Now what are the epithelial tissues? Epi means above. So it is epithelial tissue, means lies above the entire body, forming a protective covering. Okay. What are the structures? This is a structure of a epithelial tissue. Okay. As it is for protection. So they are continuous. They are tightly packed cells. Okay. There is no space in between. Okay. There is the presence of cementing material. Yeah. You are observing tightly packed cells. There are some walls. Now, what are the common characteristics of this epithelial tissue? What are that? See here, the basement membrane. Yeah. And upper side, there are the epithelial tissues. Okay. It is an basement membrane. Okay. See here, they are divided into four types. First function of this is filtration. So which type of tissue should present here? Yeah. So it should be flat. And this all these things we will see in our next lecture. These are the types of the epithelium. We will see in descriptions in our next period. So only see the names. Okay. Students, this thing we will see in our next lecture. Okay. Now moving forward. Yeah. So what is your today's homework? It is define tissues. You have to write this. Second, write the difference between simple tissue and the complex tissue. Then write a short note on epithelial tissue. This is your homework. Yes, students. So I want that my students should read the lesson thoroughly, do the homework properly, and recollect all the things for the next lecture. So I hereby conclude my lecture of today. Okay. Thank you for watching my lecture and listening to it very carefully. Yes, ma'am. I have completed my lecture. So, yes, students, I want that you should read the lessons properly and you should conclude, yeah, what? All the exercise. Yes. So, now by we are ending our lecture.